Yo, yo, yo. What's the dealio, y'all? What's the dealio, everybody? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling, man? Yo, say what's up in the comments, man. If you guys are on live with me right now, all right? We're doing this a little bit early. I got a lot of stuff to do this evening, right? But if you guys are hopping on, say what's up in the comments. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Also, like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, all right? Listen, if y'all made money, right, in the market today, put it in the comments as well. All right. If you made money, I called out OKLO. They went crazy today. All right. They went crazy today, y'all. All right. We caught them. IWM went silly. SPY went crazy. A lot of stocks went crazy. All right. Shiley, what's up? How you feeling? QTZ, what up? Genesis, what up? What up, Mike? Jerry, how you feeling? How you feeling? Listen, if y'all made bread in the market today, let me know in the comments. All right? If y'all made money in the market today, let me know in the comments. We're gonna break it all down today and we're gonna go all into it. Okay? This is a celebration today. What's up, Doria? Chaos, how you feeling? All right, Marquin, he said, you know, some legendary shit. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, look, we just getting started. My goal is to help people make M's, millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? I'm here to help the people, man, right? So when I say I'm gonna break all of this down for you guys, okay? Be sure to like this video if you have not already. All right, by the time we get off this live video, we gonna be at 100 likes, okay? So make sure y'all like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're gonna go over SPY, IWM, and we're gonna find some setups for tomorrow. All right, you already know how we get down. Y'all already know how we get down. All right. So what's up, Henry? How you feeling? How you feeling? How much you make on OKLO, Henry? How much you made on OKLO? If y'all made money off of the watch list, anything I said today, drop it in the comments and let me know. All right? I want to hear about them wins. So let's break this down, right? Let's get into it, man. All right, so here's what happened, right? I'm gonna show you guys everything, right? What's up, First Ballot? Johnny, what up? What up? How you feeling? How you feeling? All right, so look at this, y'all. Okay? I'm gonna show you guys the power, right? I'm gonna show you. What's up, Mikey? QTZ, she said I hit IWM twice. There you go. Henry said 174. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So, where we at? Where we at? I'm pulling it up right now for y'all so y'all can see the power of this stuff. All right. All right. Perfect. I should bet my house on okay. I know, huh? Full ported it, huh? Hit IWM and Big Bear. There we go. All right. So look at this, y'all. All right. Check this out. First big win, still got a clap on IWM. I feel you. All right, so look at this, right? What up, Drez? So look, this morning at 6:11 a.m., right? 6:11 a.m., I told everybody, I said, pay attention to OKLO, all right? With exclamation marks, right? When I put these exclamation marks, this is serious business here, okay? When I put these exclamation marks, it's serious business here, all right? This means I'm not playing no games. This means, look, this is real life right here, right? So now, I said calls above 97.01. No resistance until 109, okay? Like zero resistance until 109. I said it's a straight layup at 6:11 a.m., okay? Now, watch this, right? Uh-oh, right? Boom. I said, boom, straight layup. An hour later, OKLO was at 100, right? Sidejack said he caught it. He got out at 53%. Eleanor caught it, 29%, 14%. J.O. caught it, 17%. Right? And it just kept going. 104. It just kept going. Right? Look, Cortez got it. How much Cortez hit? $375, 86%. Right? Who else caught it? More people. We just got to go to the profits. Right? We go to the profits. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. What we got right here? OKLO. $1,500 on OKLO. Made another 2 racks on IWM. 600 on NVIDIA. What else? 150 on Palantir. Right? Who else hit it? SoFi, AVGO, Rich Chick. Who did she hit? ONDS. What did she do? SPY, another 1,000. 269 on SPY. Right? 150 on AMD, 160 on AMD. Right? 127 on the day. Oklo for another 19%. Right? She got in again, 21%. IWM. Right? Oh shit, another 1,200 on OKLO, right? Listen, y'all. We smacked OKLO. We smack the market every day, right? This is the power. We go through these plays every single day, right? We go through these plays every single day. I told you guys about OKLO yesterday, right? They were on the weekly watch list. I told y'all they could blast off. And we already been here. We already seen OKLO blast off a couple months ago, right? So listen, this is how we get down, man. All right? So we smacked OKLO. The market rallied. The market went crazy today. The whole market lifted up. It just shot up. All you had to do was get in the calls. Yep. Doria, she said her meta swing hit today. Meta gapped up. People made hundreds of thousands of dollars today. Okay? So they got 120 on OKLO. Robinhood robbed me. Yeah, that's why I beat, man. Even with the small account, I don't even like trading with Robinhood like that, honestly, because it do be robbing you from your profits sometimes. But, so the whole market is up, right? So, let's go to the charts and let's go see what's going on. Okay? My bad, y'all. Let me fix this real quick. Let me fix this. There we go. All right. We should be good. Come on now. My bad, y'all. 1 second. I'm having a little technical difficulties. Just give me a second, yo. A little technical difficulties right now. There we go. Let's go. Don't switch. All right. So, come on now. What is going on? Yeah, I'm having a little technical difficulty right now, y'all. But what we'll do is we'll go to the charts. Okay. We'll go to the charts here. And yeah, we'll go over SPY while this is getting fixed. All right. All right, y'all see my screen? Y'all see SPY? All right, y'all see SPY? All right, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to SPY and we're going to look at the levels, right? We're gonna look at the levels. So when we look at the levels for SPY, what happened today on a daily time frame? On a daily time frame, we came up, right? We came up and we tried to test all-time highs, but we didn't quite get there. All right, and we had a liquidity grab right here, all right, on a daily. So for tomorrow, let's look and see. So for tomorrow, we're going to be looking at, what up, James? Man, that's crazy. So for tomorrow, we're going to be looking at calls above, oh, this is IWM, SPY. SPY is on a failed 2 up. All right, so we'll go over IWM in a minute, but SPY is on a failed 2 up, right? If you look at SPY right here, they came up and then they pushed down some, right? They kind of, I don't want to say chopped around, but they came down, came up, and then came down, had a liquidity grab, and they pushed back up. So they were in a little range right here, okay? So when we're looking at SPY, they are on a failed 2 up on the daily time frame. So I'm gonna say, so if we go to the downside, puts below 681.33. Okay. So we got puts below 681.33. All right. If we go to the downside, we got puts below 681.33. All right. And if we do end up coming up, we're going to be looking at 685.40. All right. So we're going to say calls above 685.40. All right. Calls above 685.40. Okay. When we're looking at the SPY, that's what I'm seeing. We gapped up, we came up, and then we kind of came down, and then we came back up. So we're just gonna see what happens with them. But tomorrow, I really don't know what the direction is gonna be. We are on a failed 2 up, but we have a lot of buying pressure that came in. So we could go either way, y'all. All right. When I'm looking at it, we could go either way. So we really do have to see. We really do have to see what happens and kind of where we end up tomorrow. All right. So the next thing we're going to go over is going to be IWM. All right. It's going to be IWM. So when I'm looking at IWM, like I said, we had a liquidity grab. We almost touched all-time highs, but we didn't eclipse it yet. Yeah, we do look bullish on the weeklies for sure. So we got to see how the week ends tomorrow. All right. Yeah, there's always going to be more, George. Always remember that. So right here, hold on. All right. So right here for IWM, we touched right here for the high of day. We came up to 252.66. So we're going to say calls above 252.66. I'll look at Meta in a minute. So 252.66 is what we're going to be looking at right here. So calls above 252.66. And then let's go to the 1 hour. We're on the 1 hour right now. And I think that my support level for IWM tomorrow is gonna be 251.26. Okay. So puts below 251.26. Yeah, 26. All right. So that's what I'm going to be looking at, this 251.26 level. If you want to be a little bit more conservative, you could say 251, right? You could say 251 flat if you want to really see what's going on, right? If you just want to make sure that it doesn't fake you out or anything, right? So 251.26 is what I'm seeing for IWM tomorrow. All right. So let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense, y'all. All right. Let me know if that makes sense on IWM, and let me know if that makes sense on SPY. Okay. There we go. We back now. We back. Whole time I was trying to fix that while I was giving you all those levels as well. But we back now, okay? So let me know if that makes sense on SPY and also IWM, okay? SPY looks bullish. Even though it's on a failed 2-up, it does look bullish, right? So I'm going to leave that one open. On IWM, we do have a liquidity grab to the upside. We did try to test all-time highs. We didn't quite get above there. Tomorrow we could retest that and try to go higher and then reject, or we can just break through it and we could go higher, right? So we really have to be patient, y'all, and we really have to see, okay? Also, let me say this, right? Let me say this. Tomorrow is Friday. If you got a bag this week, do not give your profits away. Go light, okay? Let's say you made 5K this week, right? Don't even risk $1,000. Just go risk $500, $700. Maybe 1 or 2 trades, call it a day, right? This week has been legendary. This week has been beautiful. This week has been life-changing, all right? Do not wake up tomorrow, get cocky, and then go lose what you just made, because you're going to be sick, all right? You're going to be sick. Don't do it. Go out on top, okay? Go out on top. That's a lesson that I've learned. Sometimes you got to go out on top. If you had a crazy week and you made 15,000, man, go out on top. Sleep in tomorrow. Go to the gym at 6:30 instead of going in the market. Go out on top, okay? Do not go and give your profits back in the market tomorrow, okay? Because we might get a bull trap tomorrow because we've been going up all week. It's Friday. Everything is going to be 0 day to expiration. We might get a bull trap and then we pull back and then you give your profits away. This is how cutthroat the market will do you, okay? They do not care about what's going on. They do not care about how much money you made. The market is designed to take your money, right? The market is designed to take your money. So if you had caught a bag this week, take a breather tomorrow or just go light. Couple $100, right? You ain't got to go make $1 million every day, right? It's about the consistent growth in your portfolio and in your account. All right. If that makes sense, let me know in the comments, okay? If you guys are tuning in, be sure to like this video for me, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let me know where you guys are tuning in from. All right, let me know where y'all are tuning in from. Every single day, I'm bringing you guys daily videos and daily lives, and we going in the market. We breaking everything down, we analyzing it, and we finding setups and plays for the next day. All right? We literally do this every single day, right? I'm gonna give you a daily video. It's gonna be market related, personal finance, money, entrepreneurship, mindset, perspective, right? And then we're gonna come on live in the evening and we're gonna talk about the market, right? We're gonna talk about the market. We're gonna talk about what happened in the market. We're gonna find some setups for the next day, right? So what we getting ready to do is we about to find some setups for tomorrow, Friday. All right. Shout out to Nashville. Nashville in the building. All right. So, SPY IWM. Right. Now, let's go find some setups for tomorrow. Okay. Let me pull this up here. All right. All right. So, okay. So we got the, all right, so we got the charts right here. All right. So, let's see where Intel is at on the daily. Intel came down crazy today. They came down to 40 bucks, right? After this run up they had. So, if you want to play Intel, it has to hold this level right here, right? It has to hold this $40 level. If it gets below the $40 level, it could come down some more. But if it stays above it, then it'll bounce and it'll come back up. So that's Intel, OKLO. Y'all see this right here? Y'all see this? Right? This was OKLO. They bought somebody a house today. You see what I'm saying? They changed somebody's life today. So I told y'all we ain't had no resistance until 109. And look what it did. All right. So Dell had a 3-bar. AMD, they on a failed 2 up. They don't know what they want to do. APLD, they on a 2 up. They went crazy today after this failed 2 down. I think APLD could really get to this $36 level. That's what they look like they want to do. All right, Netflix, they still struggling some. Robinhood went crazy today. Robinhood looked like they want to come up to this 150, right? They $13 away. So they was just at 105, 107. Nvidia, Sherry Trades. She said, please check out one of my favorites, MLTX. I have been on this since the fall from the 60s, below 6. So it's got some encouraging news today. I'll check that out in a minute. Yeah, I'll check that out in a minute. Affirm, they are on a double one candle right here. So I am going to be looking at Affirm tomorrow, right? And y'all see right here, this was my list, right? This was my list. And I told you guys these were my highest priorities right here. Robinhood, Shopify, Circle, and then OKLO, right? I just wanna really, show that we really be giving solid trade setups. All right. And I'll be proud of the stuff I be calling, if I'm being honest. All right. Cause when 5 years ago, I was like, that stuff ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm doing it, I'm just like, I love what I'm doing and I'm proud of what I'm doing. So double inside day. Okay, so this is a 2-1-1 setup for Affirm. All right, for Affirm, we got a 2-1-1. So if we get above this one candle right here, Then we're going to enter in the calls and we're going to go to the upside. All right. I'm proud to see, as it turns out, black people are the best stock traders on earth. Hey, shout out to that, Powell Bunyan. For sure. All right. Shopify, they had a nice day, a decent day. Nothing crazy. Uber's on a 2-1, so I like Uber. For Uber, I would say if we get above $91, then we enter into some calls. So I'm gonna put Uber on the list. That's a 2-1-1 setup. 2-1-2 bullish. All right. So we got Uber. We got Google. What did they do? Failed 2 up. Google didn't do too much, but I'm not gonna really bet against them too much. Hims, they went crazy. I like Hims to $42. So I'm gonna put Hims on here again. Okay. All right. We got Palantir. They might reject at 179. We got a little fair value gap here, so we got to see. Carvana looks like they're about to break out. We got a 1 candle right here. I'm going to put Carvana on my list. All right, we got a 2-1-2 bullish setup. All right, if we look at Carvana, they could touch 413 tomorrow. All right, Carvana could touch 413 tomorrow. So if we get above, $400 tomorrow, then we go into 413, right? We go into 413. So Carvana above $400, you can enter into calls, and we got 0 data expirations tomorrow, so these could fly, right? Carvana is a mover. On average, they move $20 a day. All right, so I like Carvana. I like this Carvana setup. All right, what up, Swole Trades? Where you been at? Where you been at? All right, so I like that Carvana setup. I like Hims. I like Uber, and I like Affirm. Okay, let's see what else we got. I'll look at Rocket Lab. I know they had a nice day today in the market. Nike had Nike is on a 1 candle, but they don't be moving it big enough for me. Tesla, oh shit. Tesla's about to break out. We could see tomorrow Tesla's touch. Let me go to Tesla. Tomorrow, we could see Tesla touch 470, 468. So I'm going to put Tesla on watch. Okay. Tesla is on watch. All right. I am going to watch Tesla tomorrow above 454. Let's just call it 455. They're probably up in after hours right now. They look like they could really have a nice day tomorrow. Let me see where Tesla's at right now. Okay. Right now, Tesla is at 453.34. Okay, so they're a little bit lower. So if we get above 455, enter in the calls on Tesla, and you can ride it to the upside. All right. So Tesla looks really good. He said, I've been killing it in futures. Oh, okay. I'll be back with, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Yeah, man. Come on. I don't know when you left or what, but hey, man, we've been really we've been killing the game, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come see what we got popping. All right. Um, who else we got? We got SoFi. So today they're on a failed two down, but they're down in after hours right now. So yeah, they're down 6% in after hours. So we got to see what's going on with SoFi, right? Lyft, they are on a failed two down. So Lyft might go up tomorrow. So I'm gonna put Lyft failed two down. All right, Circle. What did they do? Circle could break out tomorrow, actually. So we could see Circle touch $93 tomorrow. So let me put Circle here. Okay. 322. Okay. Who else we got? Amazon. I'm not messing with Amazon. Enphase went crazy. CoreWeave. Meta is on a failed two up off of this this 200 EMA right here. Ooh wee. I didn't even know they sold off like this. Let me see the 30 minute. They came up. Oh, okay. So they just gapped up and yeah, so for tomorrow on Meta, I would say puts below puts below 660. Yeah, puts below 660, and we could fill this gap right here. All right. So for Meta, we might get a gap fill to the downside. So I would say puts below 660 to the downside on Meta. So that actually looks good, right? Meta failed to up with gap fill downside. All right. Failed to up with a gap fill to the downside. This is a A+ setup right here. If we get below 660 tomorrow on Friday, take entry and we can ride it to the downside. All right. Lululemon, they consolidated today, so we might see Lululemon try to make a move to the upside tomorrow, but I'm not going to put them on my list. I just said Tesla. I'm watching Tesla to the upside. CrowdStrike, Adobe. Yeah, that Meta is looking nasty. I ain't even going to lie to you. That Meta looking real nasty. All right, SMCI, PanW, Oracle. Go back to Oracle. Ooh, well, Oracle looks like we could be making a run back up to 230. So I'm going to look at Oracle to the upside because we ain't got no resistance, right? We have zero resistance right here. So we could go back up to 233. So I'm going to look at Oracle. All right. So we got Oracle. Hey, listen, before I continue, y'all, all right? Be sure to like this video. We got 71 people on here, okay? Let's make sure we like this video. You subscribe to the channel. If you like this channel, if you like this content, right? And let me know where y'all tuning in from, okay? Don't be no strangers, right? Don't be no lurkers, all right? I want to know who's watching. So be sure to like this video for me, all right? I come to you every single day giving you guys money. Basically, right? Think about that. Every single day I'm giving you some money. Every single day I'm just giving you money, right? So be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let me know who you are and where you're tuning in from. All right? This is also not financial advice. Nothing that I say in this video or any video is financial advice. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm seeing on the charts. All right? This is not financial advice. Right? It wasn't long ago Carvana was at 300. Yeah. No, seriously. Seriously. Right? Carvana be moving. All right? So now let's go back to, I didn't do Adobe. I'll do Adobe in a minute. All right, so yeah, Oracle. I like the setup here on Oracle. So they're already up after hours as well. So VRT, they're making a comeback as well. So they've been rejecting off of this level right here. Right? Oh, he said $3. Wow. That's crazy. That's a crazy comeback right there. For VRT, once we get above like 184, it's gonna blast off. All right, so we just have to get above 184 on VRT. Duke said he remember when it was at $4. Yeah, I don't even remember that. So Alibaba, I'm done. I retired from the Chinese stocks, y'all. If you know me, you know that earlier this year, Alibaba used to be my stock, right? I was always trading Alibaba, but I'm done and I retired with the Chinese stocks, y'all. All right? Just is what it is. Okay? So MRK is holding this $100 level pretty well. All right? So who else we got? Celsius, App Lovin', they went crazy today, right? Above this one candle, blast off, right? Marvell looked like they could come down, but they got these fair value gaps right here, so I'm not gonna put that on. SoundHound, they went crazy. XYZ is on a one. They're on a double inside candle. Okay. Listen, if they're on a double, oh my goodness. Listen, we could see XYZ touch $64 tomorrow. We got two inside candles. So this is a 211 again. So this is another one. Okay. So we got XYZ. We on the 211 setup. Okay. So we got Affirm is on a 211 setup, and then we got XYZ is on a 211 setup as well, right? And then Carvana is on that 212. So those right there, man, and it's Friday, 0 day to expiration. We can make some real serious money tomorrow. All right. Microsoft is on a one candle as well, but we got this level right here, so I wouldn't really mess with that. You said look at the gap in XYZ. Which gap you talking about? Cause I mean I don't. Oh yeah. Up here. Oh yeah. It got a nice gap to the upside as well. So, so yeah. But I think that tomorrow we could see $64 on XYZ with this consolidation for 2 days straight. And we're holding this level. I think that XYZ is going to go up tomorrow for sure. All right, I'm in UNH swings. The structure looks good, but I'm taking long. It's taking long to rally. That's how UNH is, man. Like, you got to catch it at the right time. Right? You got to catch it at the right time. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. UNH has a lot going on. Naptown, what up? What up, Warren? How you feeling? Is there a bad thing for METU leaps? I did a video on leverage ETFs, so be sure to go watch that video. You just type it in Google, in YouTube. But honestly, this looks good, right? It looks just like Meta's chart, but I would wait for a pullback down at least to here before I took a leap into it. All right. So yeah, that's what I would do. But I don't really swing leveraged, right? When it comes to leverage ETFs, I would rather just like buy the shares, right? Or like day trade it if I didn't want to trade the actual entity. All right. Yeah, let's go to Adobe. Y'all said something about Adobe. So Adobe, when is their earnings? In 6 days. So their earnings is next week, right? So we got next week, they got earnings. But for tomorrow, they would just need to get above 331. So calls above 331 and they could come up into this order block right here. All right. Somebody said ESOE or EOSE, energy company. They blasted off. They blasted off nice. Failed two down right here. Blast off. Right. So this was a beautiful day for them, honestly. They was up 15%. I know you said something about them culture yesterday on the live as well. I didn't look at them, but this looks beautiful, honestly. This was a great setup. I hope you caught this today, right? They came here and they rejected a little bit. So if they get above here, then they can definitely be going crazy. So, I mean, that's something to pay attention to for tomorrow as well, if I'm being honest. If they get above like $16 tomorrow, then they could go crazy, right? So obviously we just have to see what happens, but this is actually a great setup. This was a great eye right here. Those failed two downs are they're a powerful strategy right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So we got that. Let's see EOSE. Let's see how much their contracts are. EOSE. Oh my goodness, their contracts are cheap, right? Their contracts are super cheap. If you look at this right here, this is what EOSE did today. It could have changed your life, right? The contracts were up 1,300%, 400%, 500%, 200%, right? You could have 2 to 5x your money, right? Contracts went crazy today, and they're very cheap. So, shout out to that. Let's look at OKLO, right? What did the contracts do? I got in on a 110 strike price, 900%, right? 3,000% on the 111s, 1,900%, right? 1,100%, 2,750, right? 2,000%. What this means is if you got the 113 strike price and you got this percentage return right here from the beginning to the end, you could have turned $1,000 into $20,000, right? If you got 3,000%, you could have turned $1,000 into $30,000, right? This is how crazy returns you could get, right, in the market when you really learn what you're doing and you learn how these breakouts work and you learn what strike price to choose, right? But this is how you turn $1,000 into $4,000. I mean, $100 into $4,000. This is how you turn $50 into $800, right? Like these returns they happen every day in the stock market, but you just got to learn and you got to figure this stuff out and you got to be willing to put in the work, right? And you got to be willing to go through the journey. But you could really change your life in the stock market, y'all. All right? Like you could change your life in the stock market. You think Enphase could get back to their glory days? Is slow that being so. I mean, so right now, obviously they just pumped up nice, but let's do something real quick. That's a good question, right? So this is what I would do. I would go to Enphase right here, real quick, right, and I would go to the monthly, right, and I would see something. So I'm on the monthly on Enphase right here, right? This is the monthly. And then, okay, so we down here. So when we think about it, let's see. All right, so in 2022 and 2018, 2021. So I think that I think that we could see Enphase get a nice pump, and we could come back up to around 140. Um, it really just depends on what they do with the whole energy sector, right? That's the biggest thing, right? Because you gotta think, um, when you think about Enphase, right? Because I used to sell solar door to door, we sold Enphase products, right? So let me break this down for you, right? I would go knock on a door, I would sign somebody up. They have inverters, right? They have batteries and they have like energy storages, right? And so when you sell somebody solar, they are willing to they will say, I want this battery or whatever. And also in California, right? California, you're mandated to have a battery when you get solar, right? So what happens is, and then you got all these AI data centers coming to the US as well, right? You got all these data centers coming to the US as well. And what do they need? When you're using AI, you're using a lot of energy, right? A lot of energy. So if you're using a lot of energy, then what's that gonna do? That's gonna make the utility prices go up, right? Like per kilowatt hour, because all this energy is becoming scarce and it's expensive. And so more people across the country, where all these data centers and these AI data centers are going to be, their utilities are going to start going up higher. So they're going to start going solar depending on what region of the U.S. we're in, and if Enphase, if the solar company is using Enphase to install in these homes, then Enphase could see more revenue, and they also could see obviously an increase in the stock price as well, right? So I personally don't fully think that Enphase is over. Just but what I know about kind of how the solar industry works is, I do think it may take time though, right? Because when you're dealing with like the energy sectors and stuff like that, you're dealing with like legislation, you're dealing with government help and stuff like that, right? When I was selling solar, they had something called the tax credit. So if somebody financed a solar system on their home, they would get a tax credit, and that tax credit was like they could basically get some money back on their taxes, or it could help them absorb the cost of taxes that they may owe because they got this solar system, right? But they're doing away with that, and at the end of this year, the tax credit is gone, it's over, right? So we have to see how legislation plays a factor in the energy sector when we're talking about something like this. And you got to think too, like Enphase isn't like just an energy company, they're selling a product, so it's predicated on what legislation does and what they do approve and what they don't approve. All right, so that might have been a little rant, but that's my real world experience dealing with solar and understanding how Enphase plays a factor in all of this, right? So when they were going crazy, they was at $300. It was because the demand was insane with solar, and it was also newer. So the market penetration was less. And because the market penetration was less and it was newer, it's easy for a stock's price to get inflated. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing too, y'all. Like you wanna like have some real world experience with certain stocks, because when you understand the actual company, because you might have been dealing with the actual product or that company, it's gonna help you in the long term. All right. So is solar industry considered to be cyclical? I would say seasonal. Are great months. Like you make most of your money in solar between about April and like October, right? That's usually when you make most of your money. And then from like November until like March, it'd be slow, obviously, in like December and January. And then February it slightly picks up. March it'll pick up some, and then April and going into the summer months is, what I'm saying, like it picks up. So I don't know. I wasn't in solar long enough to say if it was cyclical, but what I will say is it does have its rhythm, right? The solar industry does have a rhythm, but it also is changing so fast because you have like a lot of lending guidelines and stuff like that as well, because people was getting over on customers, and then you was having people default on their loans because they was getting sold the wrong system and stuff like that. So it's a lot of different type of regulations, and it also depends on what state you're even selling solar in, or what state you're trying to do solar in, because they have to basically come to an agreement with the utility companies, right? So every state that has solar available, it operates differently, because when you go solar, you're taking money away from the utility company, and they have a monopoly on the utility, area in the industry, right? So that's something to that you want to know about and keep in mind as well. All right, what's up, Andre? So yeah, this is just that's just like a little lesson on solar, y'all, and understanding in phase and stuff like that. So it was like a little rant, but what I know is sometimes you gotta nerd out on stuff, right? Like, I'm not a textbook nerd, but I be nerding out on stuff, right? Because when you're in the solar industry, you got to know the game. You got to know how to talk that talk, right? And not just talk it, but you got to know it and understand it. So, when I was there, I was able to nerd out on those things, and so I got a different perspective on life, right? So yeah. Let's look at Starbucks. Listen, these setups that we just talked about, though, you could take these to the bank, okay? You could take these setups to the bank with you, right? So let's break it down, right? Affirm, they're on a double inside day. XYZ is on a double inside day as well. All right. Lyft is on a failed 2 down. I think Tesla can really go crazy tomorrow. I think Carvana can really, really go crazy as well tomorrow. Also, Meta could go crazy to the downside because they're on a failed 2 up, and they got a gap to fill to the downside as well. Okay, so those setups will be solid. And let's go look at, what did they say? MLKB. Excuse me. And then somebody said Zoom as well. So we'll look at Zoom, and then the other one that they said is MLTX. I ain't heard of this stock before. Let's see if this is a good one. Oh my goodness. I think whoever this was, Sherry Trades, you might have blessed us. This is an insane setup right here. MLTX. Right? Oh my goodness. Wow. That's all I can say about this setup. Calls above 1512. Right? Calls above 1512. Y'all see this setup right here? It dropped all the way from what, $61? Oh yeah. And it came all the way to $6. And then it bounced, created a 1 candle on the monthly. If we go to the daily, on the daily, it's breaking out right now. It just broke out of here. It just broke out, right? It has no resistance until we hit 1780. Okay, so this looks like a phenomenal setup. Like, it gotta balance out. So this thing could really go crazy. Like, yeah. I wasn't expecting that setup. Let me see how much the contracts are. MLTX. The contracts are very reasonable. $100, $75. Yeah, I might trade them tomorrow. That looks. Mark Quinn, he said she just put the whole hood on. You know what I mean? Yo, she put the whole hood on. Literally. That right there is that's an insane setup right here. Right? And if we look at the contracts, all right? These are the contracts. Hold on. Charts. No, options. These are the contracts. $100, 16 $75, right? Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy at all. So yeah. We gonna have to do that. We gonna have to do that. Yeah. I like that. That's gonna be a banger. That's gonna be a banger right there. I'm definitely gonna yeah. Hey, everybody say thank you, Sherry. Everybody say thank you, Sherry. Cause that's like a layup right there. That is a layup right there. All right. Warren, what's a failed two down? A failed two down is a candle that tried to go down, but it failed and it bounced and it started to come up. Right? That's what a failed two down is. So yeah. And then what you want to do on a failed two down and understand is you got to know how to play it. So you got to know when to take entry. And it depends on if you're going to day trade it, swing trade it. So yeah, listen, inside of the Discord, we teach you how to trade failed two downs, one candles, three candles, all of that, right? So be sure to join the Discord. We got a whole course inside of there as well. And we about to get ready and go and do our weekly study session for the actual community as well and really dive in on a concept, all right? So be sure to join the Discord, man, if y'all want to get all of that, okay? What's up, Eleanor? Leaps are 0 days. So tomorrow, let me see. Somebody said, would you December? So you could do both, right? You could do both. You could do tomorrow's expiration. You could day trade it and then you could get one out for maybe January and just let it ride until it hits a certain area and take profit, right? So you could do both, okay? You can do both. If I trade them tomorrow, it's going to be 0 day to expirations. But it looks so obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks so obvious. So if you look at it, look, we have no resistance, right? Until 1780. So I mean, yeah. Right? Like we got room to go. We got room to go for sure. And if I'm looking at contracts January 16th, yeah, they only $190, so yeah. Yeah, I'm probably day trader. I'll probably day trade them. The stock was MLTX. Look, here's the setup. Right? Here's the setup. So the setup, let's go to the monthly. Look at the monthly, right? Crazy drop here. Right? Crazy drop. And then look what happened. It pushes up. Now we have nothing but room to go, right? If you go to the weekly, look at the weekly. We are on a 3-bar on the weekly, and we have no resistance, right? We have 0 resistance. And then you go to the daily, and we still don't have any resistance, right? Until 1780. Yeah, 1780. So yeah, MLTX. I'm going to put that on my watch list. Cause that's crazy. I can't miss that one. All right. So would you take profits at 1780? Yeah, right. If you get in and it keeps going up, then you could get out at 1780. But if you're up 50% and you see this stock starting to come down, don't just stay in. Like, take profits. You know, the key is it's about learning how to read price action, right? That's the key. Learn how to read price action. Because I could tell you to take profits at 1780, but then if let's say I tell you to take profits at 1780, and then price action is showing you that it's reversing, right? That's on you to know how to read price action to know if you should stay in or get out, right? So every day it's about you knowing what you're doing and why you're doing it, okay? So I'm not going to tell you that, Zay, right? Because I'm not going to be responsible for you making a decision because you know you just want to make money, right? And don't take this as any disrespect, but I'm not responsible for anybody getting into calls at open, right? I'm not going to tell you to get in calls at open. I showed you guys a setup, right? Sherry just shared that setup with us, right? It's on you to know when to enter. And I say all of that with love because I'm not going to be responsible for you making money or losing money, right? I just want to be clear with that. I'm not telling you when to get in. I'm not telling you when to get out. I'm showing you guys the charts and I'm letting you guys know, right, what it's going to be. Because I don't know what the market going to look like when we open up tomorrow either, right? What if we gap up to 1780, right? Then what? Then it's going to be like, okay, now what do I do, right? So we got to really see what happens with this thing. And, you know, that's why I preach learning how to read price action, read the charts, know the order blocks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really here to teach you guys how to fish, right? That's why y'all got to like this video. That's why y'all got to subscribe to the YouTube channel, right? That's why y'all got to join the Discord. Because I'm here to teach you the game, not tell you what to do, okay? Like, seriously, I'm here to teach you the game, not tell you what to do. Because if I tell you what to do, now you're my responsibility. You see how that works? If I tell you what to do, now I got to think for you. I'm sharing my knowledge and my wisdom with you so that you can know how to handle this for yourself. And that's true empowerment. You see what I'm saying? That's true empowerment. I do not want anybody to need me. I'm just sharing the information with y'all. And you gonna know how to handle it for you because you know yourself better than I know yourself. So I can't tell anybody what to do, right? I can only tell you what I see because we all gonna have different strategies. We gonna have different thought processes. We all come from different places, right? We all got a different psychological thinking process and thinking pattern, right? So that's why I can't tell any of y'all what to do, right? I can only share what I see and what I know. And when it clicks for you, you're going to start making the decisions that's going to start making you the money. But that's what the empowerment is, right? That's what the empowerment is. So I want to make sure that I'm saying that with love. I ain't being rude to nobody. But I want you guys to understand, I'm not telling you guys what to do, when to get in, right? I'm trying to help you guys learn how to understand the game so that you can do this on autopilot and repeat every single day without me, right? Like, keep these things. This is how you really get to the bag. This is how you really get to the money when we talking about getting in a stock market, right? It's about learning how to empower yourself. I can't say this enough. Right? Best Beezy, what up? What Eleanor, she said, you are the best I've encountered towards actually teaching people how to fish. I appreciate that. Listen, that stuff be meaning a lot, you know, because I put a lot of energy into what I'm doing, right? Every single day I put a lot of energy into this. So I appreciate those words. Miss Esquire 415, she said you stay dropping gems on the YouTube alone. Really appreciate the information and charting. Absolutely. Hey, did you make any money off the call outs, Miss Esquire? I want to know, right? Don't be getting the bag all quiet on us now, right? Like let me know a trade that you smacked, right? Based on the lives, right? Let me know. Share the success, right? Share the story. Right? Share the wins with us. All right? It's all love. But that MLTX looks good. All right? Would you do a video on price action and how to read it? I got you, L Rock. I will do another one. I already have one. It's how to read price action like a pro, right? Let me see real quick. Let me go to right, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. L Rock, I got you. Look, right? All you got to do is type in my name the right way. It's Isiah. There's no two A's. It's Isiah, okay? Make sure we get the name right, right? Spell my name right. And then you put whatever you curious about after my name. And look what pops up. How to read price action like a pro. Understanding the language of price action. So I got a 15-minute video that breaks that down. I can do another one and I can do an updated one, but I want you guys to know that I have a lot of videos, right, that cover all of this stuff. If we go to my YouTube channel, I have 484 videos. 484 videos, okay? If we go to the videos, look at all of the videos, okay? All of these videos right here. All right. I'm telling you, this is literally a PhD. This is how you get to the bag, right? Look at all of these videos. Every single day. I have not missed a day all year. All right. All these videos. And then what do we got? We got the lives. Look at all of these lives. Look at all of these lives, y'all. Look at all of them. Come on now. All of these lives, hour-long lives, hour-and-a-half-long lives. All right? So, please understand. Please, please, please understand. All you got to do is type in my name and what you're trying to learn, and there's probably a video on there. All right? There's probably a video in there, okay? She said, if anyone is not in Discord, I definitely suggest you join. Yeah. Come join, y'all. I'm telling y'all, because we just getting started. Next year is gonna be our year, because this year, right, we had to find people, right? We had to attract people to the community. But now that we got people here and they know what they're doing, next year, people gonna be buying houses, retiring a mama, retiring themselves, retiring a wife, right? All of that. So next year is going to be a phenomenal year for the whole Prosperity Collective. All right. He said every day he shows up and you do the same and you will change. That's it. If I'm going to show up every day, you show up every day, we're going to change our life. All right. I got you. That's all you got to understand. I got you. Right. I'm going to show up. That's not an issue. Right. I'm going to show up. You show up consistently. We're going to meet each other halfway and we're going to get to this money. All right. Did you cover IWM? Every time I do a charting live, I cover SPY and IWM in the beginning. All right. So when we get off of here, go rewatch it, and we're gonna break down the IWM. All right. So if you're in the Prosperity Collective, come meet me on a study session. All right. If you're not, come join the Prosperity Collective right now so you can get in the study session, because we about to go in on something else, right? That I ain't even talk about on YouTube, okay? So be sure to come join the Prosperity Collective, man. Come change your life. It's the last trading community you will ever need. I could promise you that, all right? We're going to teach you how. We ain't going to tell you what to do. That's the difference. I'm going to teach you how, not tell you what to do, right? I don't want to leave you brainless. I want to leave you empowered, all right? Like I always say, make sure you get up out your head, go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. Doc said this new journey has been great. I appreciate that, Doc. All right. I'm gonna see you in a few. If meta gets below what price for puts, I forget the levels. You gotta rewatch the recording, Zay. All right. I say that with love. All right. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to see everybody in the Prosperity Collective in a minute. Let's get it. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.